can also email me about signing too. And that's all I got.
Thank you, Melanie.
Yeah.
Any questions for Melanie? What else do we want to talk about today? Yeah, talk.
I guess just a comment. I think the work that Melanie done is most significant, and I think it is real valuable, but only if we see more of a marriage between the digital equity environment and the broadband environment. I mean, where we see, you understand that what real significant collaboration looks like in that environment. You know, we face a big issue right now with these, with the full connectivity kind of going away, but I think a solution is going to be how we really look at digital equity and what that means to the connectivity piece with the broadband. Because the answer is going to come from the digital equity space. And so that is it's imperative. You know, you can build it, but if we don't use it.
So, can you talk more about what that would look like?
I think number one is, I think, for example, if you look at proposals that went out in the past, it's the capital projects fund. The majority of, a good number of the ISPs really don't integrate much digital equity. Okay, because they've been looking at the world of broadband. Let's put it on the table and say it's COBOL, right? They've been looking at it from their angle. And what they see digital equity as being is that sliver that's related to them with their natural history of their business operations, right? Historically. Okay. I think they need to take a broader look, a broader understanding, and view it in a more comprehensive way, so that this way, when they're responding, and even the framing the proposals, right, framing it, but also coming down from the state, there wasn't, talking about digital equity is a small piece of what capital projects are.
It's about the action.
It's about really looking at unique strategy and being innovative with CCOMs of the world who are looking at providing unique solutions down here, and they've been very successful. But I think across the board, that's where that marriage needs to happen, right? And in a more significant way. It's like equity work, right? If you look at equity work historically, it's been embraced. Where it's really been embraced in the tech world is, we know where that's at. Philadelphia, Seattle, certain places that can really innovate, right? And I think we need to be able to look at it in a more comprehensive way, and just I think looking at it in a more comprehensive way is going to stimulate more creativity and innovation to find the solutions that we need. Because we're facing always, for a connectivity program, what's the solution? Well, we're waiting to go talk to Sir, we're going to call our lawyer, we got to go to the feds, they got to try to allocate money. We know that's challenging, but we've got to be creative locally to figure out what this looks like. How do we really make it happen? Where do we really got to go to get the money? And I think that's going to come from real unique partnerships between the digital equity world and the traditional broadband.
Yeah, it's a great point. Thank you.
But it's happening here, just the Roadshow, right? I'm not being critical about what's happening in Colorado because it's happening. I'm just saying that it's, when you got to replace billions of dollars and it's going to take that much, but you're getting allocated $1 million, you get creative about how we're going to make this happen.
Well said.
So that's it.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
And it's just, and be aggressive about it. I think from the very beginning, that's kind of how we look at it. And then we've been engaged in this for a while, right? And we got a group that meets every Monday. Providers, and just from that started 2 years ago. And starting out with a little attention, we knew we needed to have that group, and that group meets. And look what's happened. It's And so we've done that, and we've been talking Monday, every Monday for 2 years. But we made significant inroads because we needed to find solutions for this part of the state. Because it literally was hired 2 years ago. And it was,
Yeah.
so, so that's, where I want to
No, we appreciate your 2 cents. This is why we're here. Because these are things that we don't always hear about. And unless we come and have these face-to-face conversations, we just won't. Sometimes the effort won't be made because we don't hear about it.
And I think Melanie's process that they engaged on a while now, it's been totally inclusive. I mean, it's been an inclusive process around digital equity. Everybody's welcome. The process is welcome. We're not pushing it down anybody's throat. It's actually open, collaborative, and I'm usually kind of critical about processes, but I really feel that it's been, Colorado's has been outstanding. So
That's great. Thank you, Sal, for bringing that up. What else? What other topics do we need to be more vocal about? We need to be more focused on. What are the pain
Yeah, I
points?
just want to tell Sal, just like thank you to the CBO for all the work that you guys are doing. So I worked for Senator Hickenlooper, and 10 years ago, was able to connect everything through broadband, and has been building this. And he was actually one of the 25 senators to actually build out the infrastructure bill, which got 65 billion to the nation, almost a billion here.
we talked, 3 years ago? When you first started, what was it?
Yeah.
And no, there in his office, it's been outstanding, right? But we had to push it, we had to really be aggressive around advocating for the region,
Right.
and almost awesome.
And these digital equity projects in this community, I feel like is an awesome pilot that we need to actually push through the state and eventually into commerce where everything persists. I know Edgar talks here, Foster regularly, but how do we package this pilot and say we need this? I'm curious as to what the CBO is going to do at the state level to replace these millions of dollars that the Fed may not send back down, right? Maybe your budget is 1.1 billion, but 900 million came from the Fed's infrastructure bill. So what is this?
Yeah, that's a great point. That's something that we definitely need to go back at and take a hard look at and come up with some strategic, creative solutions to how we can be a little bit more involved and make sure it's more widespread.
I think the CBO really does a good job.
Thank you.
No,
Yeah.
it really is. We talk to everybody there all the time, right? But it's been good. It's an open door. The process is good. But I think, the challenge is significant when we talk about the equity piece, connecting, the places that we need to connect. So.
Yeah. I think too, like something that I've been thinking about a lot, I sit on a working group for the resiliency office, and resiliency isn't, originally they kind of came together around climate issues and tornadoes and wildfires and things like that, but it's way bigger than that. Resiliency is also like, how does a community bounce back if the steel mill closes, or what does that look like? And a huge part of that is connectivity, and a huge part of keeping people in community who are young and don't have opportunity is to provide them opportunity in the community, and we do that with broadband. And so I think when we're thinking about funding, we don't think about it as siloed, even like our funding, Jones isn't just like broadband. Like broadband is a piece of all these other aspects of resiliency, and so is digital equity. And so I think thinking about it differently and learning how to work together with different state and local governments is going to be the key to maintaining some of this work. I don't think there's any other way to do it.
And so you have done a great job. Because I remember when I started as a CBO, actually you were one of the first ones that contacted me and invited us to come to Pueblo. And I don't think it was even for a roadshow. I feel like it was just to talk.
It was right at the beginning, right?
About
We got to get on the community angle, right?
Exactly, and that's what we did, and we were also planning on having a session in Spanish to be very inclusive, and you
SCEDD's done and CCOM, I mean, there were energies that were happening in different places. CCOM, you guys were busy doing what you needed to do, you know, and SCEDD with, you know, building what you need to do with your strategy and your planning, right? But the fact is you're starting to coalesce those efforts, right? And say, hey, this is what we need to do, we need to bring these resources in, we need to get this place connected, we need, like, you know, the conversations that we have on Monday, right? You know, we gotta go to North County, or we gotta go to this place, this county, and Pueblo, and I think that's how it happens. It's all building trust. I mean, if you look back 2 years ago when we started meeting, who would have said, well, you got all the providers in one room talking about what they need to do.
Fortunately, the smaller providers